Yo, what's good everybody? I'm bringing you what I believe is the best build for the Gauntlet AK leaderboard. We just learned that it has been delayed until unknown. We have no clue. But this is the melee charge build. You can see double swing and Hota, but I don't really use either or, only in like last mob standing and whatnot, especially in the last room with elites and vaults. And the Gauntlet is set to be tier 70 difficulty. This is a showcase of tier 100 timer dungeon, but it's nothing but a breeze. You'll also see Son of Malphas here in a bit that I also encountered. And with this build, what I was trying to do or build is the build that can focus both on single target and speed farming. For speedruns, I mean, especially. And I'm pretty sure, or I would say I cooked up some pretty good stuff for a Barbarian, because it can do just about both perfectly fine. When it comes to survivability, I don't even use challenging shot, as you can see, only when it's really tough, really rough. Which is gonna be soon with Malphas, I think, but I mean, that's a boss, right? So, didn't really meet Butcher. I think Son of Malphas is harder than Butcher, though. I did meet Butcher once, like yesterday at tier 100, but he was 3-shot with a shrine, so that doesn't really count, right? There's no shrine, and this goddamn crystal is so annoying, it's crazy. And I had my, there is one aspect that is absolutely bonkers for charge when it comes to speedruns. It's the Veteran Brawler, I think it's called, or just Brawler. It's basically when enemy dies within 2 seconds after being hit by charge or kick, they explode with fire damage, and that one just slaps insanely well. So what I'm trying to look at here, which is impossible because I have too many buffs, but with Earth Striker aspect, you want to swap weapons 8 times to proc the big overpower, which just happened here on the charge. So I was able to deal so much damage to him. And I have like 4 different items for when I do just bosses single target, which I didn't have in my bag because I was just doing a waltz. But even with that setup for speed running, I can still manage to kill bosses. So there should be no problem. I believe they also said in the Gauntlet, in the leaderboard, they will do both bosses and, well, mobs like this, AoE, so we'll see what it's gonna be about. And I still don't have no Ubers. I mean, I do have Starless Sky, which I don't use in this video anyway, so no, I have no Uber uniques in this video at all. No Shaco, no Grandfather, no nothing. I did try Max Resource setup, stacking with Ramaladni and Selig. It's just not it. It ain't it. Not even like sure you're kind of immortal, but I mean, you're also immortal with this setup, so. And I'm even using only double DR pants, I believe, because other 2 stats are charge and Warcry. I kind of like to stack Warcry too for overall brawling, because thanks to brawling from a Ring Ravenous and then Amulet plus 3 brawling, that's also plus to Warcry, which can increase the damage quite a lot too. So why not have it on pants too, right? So for some damage increase. No, I know everyone uses they use Tybalt's Will from Duriel, but I did try too. I'm not too much of a fan. I just really like the cooldown reduction from charge plus charge skill. It's not only damage plus, but still mainly also cooldown reduction. I like it a lot. So this is just the tier 100. I'm gonna show you this last room here with a lot of elites. Super annoying, this affix with the crystal, man. Oh my god, with all these AoEs, it's crazy. But a double swing here is to mainly like weapon swap for the stacks for Earth Striker, but it's also to apply vulnerable on the targets, because in dungeons like this, I run exploit glyph. But if the elite or single target boss survives too long, I just double swing for vulnerable, like Son of Malphas, right? You cannot keep the vulnerable from exploit glyph non-stop on him. So yeah, this was the whole room. This was the showcase. I will take you straight into the game. I'll show you what kind of skills we're running. Let's start off with that. Let me close this. So first things, obviously 2 skills in basic skills somewhere just to unlock core skills, because we don't use that. We got fully maxed out Hota. This is mainly to buff my charge attack, charge damage. That's what I use in my single target as well. Put some points in Rent, just so you can get plus increased skills from the pet or Shaco if you have it, but probably not needed. Vulnerable heal here just for the vulnerable. Sorry, double swing here just for the vulnerable. Next up, we got max HP, because overpower does scale for max HP, so I try to focus on this stat as much as possible, even with Paragon board. Rolling Cry Classic, this is really good for Fortify. You don't need anything else, no aspect, no Warbringer. Just pop this, charge into a group of mobs, and you're full over Fortify. It's crazy good. Chunky Shout here for some extra fury, probably not needed, but if you can stack, or if you have any crowd control duration on items or aspect, like I use on chess piece, Exploiter, any CC duration increase will apply to taunts, which is a CC as well, aka Changing Shout. And anything that below that is like under the shout, which is HP increase, DR damage reduction increase, and also the fury on hit, that also falls into like having the duration increased. So if you have enough CC duration stacked, you can need smiting aspect for that. You can basically have this shout non-stop, up non-stop. This was my tech in tier 100 Ember Dungeons in season 0 before they did a big nerf on the content. But that was fun. Movement speed to obviously speed runs, move fast. War cry just for the berserk and the damage here. Booming voice for show duration, just raid leader to like this is a pretty good sustain with this heal. It's very nice. It's either this or this one. But since we don't really spend much fury, useless. I like that one a lot. Got some DR from our headpiece because I'm running a Tusk Helm. I just put 1 point and 4 points are from the headpiece. So this headpiece is really great for damage reduction, just offensive as well for damage. 2 points in here. We don't need 3 points because of Unconstrained. Our Berserk lasts long enough for that. Charge maxed out for the cooldown reduction. We've got next up Counter Offensive for the damage when you're 45. Lastly, we got Valop +3, Brute Force for overpower because of weapon swaps. My charge does a two weapon swap because of this ring Ravenous. If you charge, the animation ends with slashing weapon because of this ring. So yeah, Rend is a slashing weapon. That's why it ends there. It's the easy two swaps, weapon swaps. Didn't put any points in heavy-handed because that's on my amulet. But if you probably don't even need this. This is not that crazy. Sure, it will be pretty good with Grandfather, but I don't have that. You could probably put 3 points in here. Let's say you probably don't even need this because we have Weapon Master, right? And we double swap with Charge, which is free, doesn't cost any fury. You could put 3 points from the weapon swap to heavy-handed. And then lastly, we got Furious Impulse for weapon swap. Don't even need that. This is just my single target build. From my single target build, I just kept with it. And Unconstrained for damage increase. Straight to Paragon board. First board, we are running Brawl for charge damage increase, but also the physical damage and damage reduction modifiers applies to physical damage here and also armor, so that comes in handy too. Also pick this side for XP, for HP, like I mentioned before. Second board, we are going with Blood Rage, the most important board for Barbarian. I'm almost 80%, which is really crazy good. Second glyph is Ire, damage to while berserking, and some DR. You also want to focus on all damage while berserking nodes on any Baron board. Yeah, you want to sacrifice 2 points from, let's see, either here or even HP here if you're missing some fire resistance and armor. Third board, we're going with Bonebreaker for guaranteed overpower. If you like Warbringer, you can just swap this one for Warbringer. This is not that important, guaranteed overpower, but it does help. Rocks pretty often on those elites and whatnot. We got the Crusher here for damage with maces and some overpower damage as well. I'm a big fan of this board because of damage reduction while healthy and also some overpower damage. It stacks pretty nicely. At the fourth board, we are going with Carnage. I went with attack speed here. I'm just attack speed addict since the start of this game. Berserking nodes once again here. The glyph we're running here is Martial because we want to buff our magic nodes with berserking and also damage reduction. This is really good, 15% right here on top of this, really good. Another one, we have Weapon Master just for the legendary node for the weapon swap. And the last board we got is Decimator. Since we have both vulnerable and overpower, it's just crazy good. And a last glyph is Exploit to keep the vulnerable on the targets. Once again, if you have boss like Butcher or Son of Malphas, you just double swing to proc vulnerable for 2 seconds. And it's cheap on Fury, so that's easy. And some extra damage and also a life. So that was the Paragon board. You could probably put these points away and put it somewhere else if you want. That's no problem at all. Talking about the gear, the headpiece you already seen. We're running rubies in all armor and weapons. Well, armor for HP. The chest piece here, I run an Exploiter and double DR, which is all DR and bleeding DR. I would like to get close DR or 45 DR. My personal favorite would be to stack the same different type of DR because it's more effective, but this one will just do. It was my first drop when I went into World Tier 4. I haven't gotten any better since then. A weapon swap damage, not too bad. We do that a lot thanks to our Ravenous Ring, so you can also stack this on your amulet. Max HP because overpower hits more with that. Our gloves here, we go with Earth Striker, Strength, Attack, Speed, Crit Chance, and Hota. Don't even need that much Hota, but I mean, Not too bad. Sometimes, you know, get that Hota in there. Sometimes you will just proc Overpower, which is gonna proc our Hota upgrade for the damage increase for 5 seconds, so that's pretty good. Panzer, we go with double DR, charge, and Warcry plus. We wanna go with Juggernaut, that way you don't need any armor on any piece. You will be easily capped out. I am almost 13,000 armor. The cap of armor against tier 100 mobs level 154 is 13.2 thousand or 13.4, I'm not sure, but you don't need that in the Gauntlet in the leaderboard, so yeah. You can also use T-bolts, but you would have to move the Juggernaut instead of Exploiter. And you know, sometimes the affixes on Vault keys are mobs are unstoppable, so this comes pretty handy. The damage increase by 40%. So we got close DR, 45 DR. The boots here, we got triple rest movement speed. This is what you want. You want to go with Ghostwalker because charge gives us unstoppable. And with that, we will have non-stop 25% movement speed. And with that, we are easily capping movement speed on top of, Rolling Cry and also Berserking. So that was the boots. Talking about the weapons here, we got 200 Veteran Brawler. With this one, that's why you also want to weave in some Hota or Double Swing, mainly Hota because it's AoE. You're gonna get this aspect stacked to the max in one Hota if you use it on more mobs around you. Super ending against elites and once again bosses. Those are the 4 stats you want to focus on weapons. All stats, strength, overpower, and berserking. This is my other 200. This is the normal brawler aspect that makes mobs explode. Very useful. This aspect is absolutely bonkers in speedruns and just AoE farm. Really crazy good. Recommend putting on 200. Once again, all through 4 stats. Now, if you have Grandfather, if I ever get Grandfather, I would put this aspect instead of probably Edgemaster. I would probably swap him out. Yeah. Or I could even put this aspect from Amulet on my one-hander and put this on Amulet. We'll see. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough damage on one-hander, but I think I will. I think it will. So here we got Edgemaster, and the other sword here is Hota for AoE. You want to use maces for overpowered damage. You want to stack this bad boy as much as we can. I'm at 2k right now because I'm not running Dominate Cliff, which I run on my single target. But this is just beautiful for speedruns. Ring here, the pinnacle of this build. I'm really glad they made this ring. Look at this crit chance. It's just so goddamn much. It's like, well, not double, but yeah, it's much more than normal rings. Normal rings go up to 7.5%. So this is my second ring. I like to stack max HP, resource gen, a berserking crit chance, Bolt Chieftain to reduce cooldown on your shouts. And then, yeah, this one is just self-explanatory. Plus brawling skills, increase damage to charge, and cooldown reduction. Amulet here, movement speed, cooldown reduction, brawling skill. Those are the 3 you want to aim for on Amulet. The 4th one is optional. You can go Val would be probably the best. I have that on my single target Amulet. Slaps big time. So you can go with Violop, heavy-handed. You can go with brute force. Depends what's your luck. Plus defensive won't really give you damage increase. That's kind of not useful at all since you're immortal already with this setup. Weapon mastery running the 200x. If you don't have this ring, which is our bleed, and since we have damage to bleeding enemies or DR from bleeding enemies, you can use 200 sword expertise to proc the bleed. My pet for speed farm is Flash for Adrenaline for damage increase. If you put tactical and duration support, this buff is on you non-stop. But sometimes your pet will outrange you, or you will outrange your pet because of the speed. You're just going with charge, right? This is lucky with Genesis. You want to put this on Adrenaline to give you more damage. Now we got Tempest because this is one of the fastest attacking ability from your pet. And this is our proc ability, meaning we will get damage reduction here. Non-stop 15%. Since this lasts for 3 seconds, this is cast every second. Then, you know, we want to get 45 here. Another, 45 plus, not bad. And I got Evernight. If you don't have Evernight, I would probably go with the crit chance, which is always, I can never find this one. So if you have primary resource, if you want that, but I don't think we really need that. And the crit chance is right here, 15% for 3 seconds. So you could have this non-stop every time. Also, just like the damage reduction. That was the pen. Consumables, I like to use max HP. But you can go with attack speed, crit chance. This one is my favorite for single target for damage. But crit damage, you can go with any of these, to be honest. If you need resistances, you can go with this potion. But it's the one thing I like to max out first, except my fire. forgot to change the gem because I was testing some different amulet. Right. So I had to change that. And I believe that was about everything. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below. I also stream every day, so you can see this in action on in the pinned comment section of this video. The planner will be on Diablo builds, also in the pinned comment section. And yeah, this would be it. Any questions, hit me up even on Discord. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, good luck with gear hunting and all that. Good luck with Uber Uniques. I need some luck myself. Until then, peace.